And I was just watching that GGN network on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen any of that shit, if you like Snoop Dogg, man, you gotta watch that. That shit is hilarious. Oh my god. It's like a talk show from Snoop Dogg. It's a Snoop Dogg talk show on YouTube. It's the GGN network. Double G News Network. Anyway, sorry. Man, that shit just cracks me up. So I got this new frame here. I'm building up for somebody. I'm going to show it to you guys just how I get it, because it's going to be just how anybody else gets it. If you've never built one, you're going to get it just like this. So you get it in this big bag. It's got a whole bunch of stuff. The frame, printed stuff, depending on what you ordered. So this is the Shendrones Squirt V2. The Squirt came out a long time ago from shendrones, and he redesigned it and made a version 2 that is specifically made for HD footage, like a Cinedrone or Cinewhoop, whatever you want to call it. It's a 3-inch, and here's what you get. So you're most likely going to order it with the ducts, unless you're going to print the ducts yourself, which is probably going to be a lot cheaper, because if you buy just the frame and hardware, it's like 30 bucks, I think. And then with the printed stuff, it's like $95. So it's pretty expensive. But here's the ducts right here. I mean, you can see that it's going to take some time and effort to get these printed and looking as nice as they do. And they do look very nice. Beautiful. I'm not sure who prints this. I don't know if it's Andy Shin that's printing this stuff and sending it with the frames when he sells them or what, but it's pretty nice. I'm sure he probably has somebody else do it, but yeah, it's pretty nice. I was surprised that they're really flimsy. I didn't know that it was gonna be like that. I mean, look at this. You can just smash it together and it's really flimsy. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. I mean, obviously it must not matter since it is that way. But I'm thinking with the way that it gets mounted down, so I think you put standoffs in these holes right here, and then it mounts to the frame. I'll figure out exactly how it goes. Oh, yeah, and then there's a piece on the outside of the frame that goes to the outside of the duct. So it's probably going to be pretty sturdy once it's on there. Yeah, it mounts to the outside right there, and then the inside right here somehow. So once it's on there together, it's probably a lot more solid. Let's see what you get in the frame, in the bag. It's way bigger than I expected, but I guess it has to be with the ducts. It's really wide. Whoa. Look at that, that's crazy. Pretty cool looking. Looks like it's 3 millimeters thick. It looks like it has 12 millimeter holes, so nothing smaller than a 1306. He recommends 1407, I think, or 1408, 1407, like 3200 kV. And I'm not sure why he recommends such a low kV for a 3-inch, but it might have something to do with a longer flight time. I actually got some 3600 kV motors for this, 1407s. So not quite as high as what I would normally get for a 3-inch, which would be 4000 or more kV. So it's going to give a little bit better top end and then still give you a decent flight time. So I guess this is the top plate. I don't know for sure. I'm just showing you this as I mean, I've never seen one of these before, so what I'm gonna do is just show you guys what you get real quick, and then I will get it put together and then come back. Here's a whole bunch of standoffs Looks like some 20 millimeter and 25 millimeter standoffs, or maybe 30 millimeter. Bunch of screws, M3 screws. Some printed stuff. So here's the GoPro mount. It's for a Hero. Looks pretty nice and solid. The mounting section looks really solid. So once it's in place, it's probably pretty nice. This looks like a SMA mount for your VTX antenna. Not sure about this yet. And these must be for your camera mount. Like that. So it does take a 20 by 20 and 30 by 30 stack. Let's just see real quick. If those went there. Oh, okay. So the standoffs go through these and then mount to the frame right there. And then this gets standoffs in it as well and mounts to the outside right there. Just like that. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna get this put together and then I'll be back. Alright, so it only took a few minutes to put it together, figure out what's what, because there's not that many pieces. So the ducts are pretty sturdy on here. I mean, the whole thing, when it's put together, it's pretty solid. It feels pretty nice. Each duct, I mean, there's 4 ducts, but you know, they're separated by 2s. Each one has 5 standoffs in it. So yeah, there's 1, 2, and then 1 in the middle, and then 1 on each end. So 5 standoffs total in each side. Makes it pretty solid. I think maybe he made it squishy like that so that when you bump into stuff, it can just bounce off instead of just hitting. It definitely made it more solid when it was all put together than when it's not together, but it's still pretty squishy. So yeah, that probably makes it nice for bumping in. I'm sure there's a reason why the ends of the ducts are cut flat too. Probably has something to do with bumping into stuff. And this piece was for the GoPro, I should have known. So that makes it nice and easy to remove if you want to. It's just 2 screws. I got the version that's a variable angle, so you can set whatever angle you want, which made it $5 more. So it was $95 total. And if you get the one that's a set angle, it's $90. And then if you just want the frame, it's like $30. So yeah, this is going to be pretty nice for doing videos. Nice and tall for your stack or for all your components. I mean, there's plenty of room in there for tons of shit, because these are 30 millimeter standoffs. So I'm probably going to take up half of that with the stack, and then there's all this room right here for your VTX, and all this room up front for your receiver. I mean, you could even put your VTX and receiver back here, no problem. I like that it has these real long slots. That's what I was trying to think of, slots for the battery strap. You know what I was thinking the other day? I was like, man, why doesn't anybody make a battery strap that's wide? They're all the same width. They're like, what, 20 millimeters wide or whatever? Why doesn't anybody make one that's like 40 millimeters wide? And then I saw one the other day, and I can't remember what website it was, because I go to so many websites every day. I'll try to remember. I'll try to leave a link. But it was a battery strap that was 40 millimeters wide. I'm trying to think. Damn it. And I think that would work in here because that's really long. So yeah, you can set your angle completely straight. Well, I guess if you have your battery on top, you probably can't go too far. But you could have your battery on the bottom as well. Yeah, there's not a lot of, I mean, let's see. Here's a 1004S. If I had this on there, I could only go, what's that, 5 degrees or so? And it's gonna hit the battery. Now that I think about it, I mean, who's really gonna be putting their GoPro on this particular frame at more than, like, you know, 20, 30 degrees? But like I just showed, even with just 5 or 10 degrees, it's gonna hit the battery. So I might not know what I'm talking about. There's probably something that's already been discussed or something, who knows. But, or, you know, this is a bigger battery. Let me grab a different one. How about a, no, not that one. How about an 853 cell? That's quite a bit smaller. Yeah, so there we go. Now you can get your plenty of angle. So if I had this right in the middle of where that slot is, you can still get that much tilt, which is probably 20 degrees, 25 maybe. So plenty. Yeah, so there's plenty of room, I guess. You could even bring it back a little bit. It doesn't have to be right in the middle of the slots. You can take it back to there. Because you could still put a battery strap underneath the top plate here. Right there. So you could have 2 straps. Have your battery back more. I don't know. We'll see when it's all finished up. Camera mounts just slide over the front standoffs. So the way that they are, I guess you could flip it around and make it to where the the mounting hole sticks out here. So have your camera sticking out more in the front. Because the way that it is, it's going to be tucked deep inside the frame. The lens won't even be sticking out of the front of the frame with where the mounting holes are. So you're going to get quite a bit of stuff in view of your video feed, I would assume. Probably at least the ducts, maybe the GoPro mount. But like I said, you could flip these around to where they came out this way. And then your camera would mount right here, your lens would be like right here, angle it up, and you probably wouldn't get anything in view, maybe possibly just the tips of the front of the ducts. And then you also wouldn't really have to worry about the camera getting hit because of the ducts, you know. I mean, this isn't really like a racer or a freestyle or anything. It's basically made specifically for cinematic, slow HD footage, you know. So pretty cool frame. I really like it. I like it a lot. I mean, I'm not really like a huge fan of slow cinematic HD footage, but if I was, this is the frame that I would get for sure. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, enough rambling. Hopefully I answered any of the questions you might have had about this frame. Beautiful carbon. Very beautiful carbon. I like that it doesn't have a lot of extra cutouts or holes or anything, you know. It's just for the stack and then this square right here, and that's it. The arms, they're not real skinny, but they're not real wide either. There wouldn't be any reason to even use single ESCs on this. I mean, 4-in-1 would be the way to go. So yeah, pretty nice. So yeah, I'll show it when it's done. Shendrones Squirt V2 and you can pick it up at Heli Nation. I'll leave a link. And that's it. Thanks for watching.